Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday morning edition of Hot Mic rolls on. Again, a reminder, tomorrow, kindred freak athlete Riley Sunram will join us at 10. Chat about his double again at the state track meet. Now getting ready for Minnesota Gopher football. He's starting that with PJ Fleck not too long from now after another state championship on the gridiron as well. That's coming up tomorrow on the show. Also, we'll get ready for all the state tournaments getting ready. As I yelled about to start the show, we still have to cover them. We have 6 of them beginning this weekend. We'll preview that coming up on the show tomorrow. If you missed it late last week and get ready for the holiday weekend, I don't blame you if you did, but a bevy of Division I basketball offers went out to 3 separate girls basketball players in our area, and our next guest is one of them who just wrapped up her freshman year. I'm going to underline that, freshman year at Horace High School, part of the first team that made it to the state tournament for the girls. The Horace Hawks did with head coach Brent Hintz. Jordan Christofferson joins us this morning. She was offered by Jory Collins at NDSU late last week. That goes on top of the fact she was offered by Mallory Bernard and UND over the winter. It's great to see you. Congratulations. We were joking off air. How has the phone blown up? Has life dramatically changed over the last couple days, or is this just old hat now?
It's certainly picked up speed. But yeah, it's been amazing.
So people will sit here and say, okay, just freshman year, holy cow, that seems early. Is it early for you? Or is this, I know Mal offered you a few months ago. Did that get the ball rolling with you?
Honestly, that probably did get the ball rolling. It didn't feel early, but yeah, it feels kind of natural. It feels good. You know, I've been playing basketball since forever, it feels like. So
you play at
it doesn't feel too early.
You play at North Tartan. We've had Bill Larson on. I had him on just right after actually the national championship game when South Carolina won. That is as high level as it gets. How much has that helped playing with that, where you're playing with some unbelievable talent that has got you noticed even more now?
It's helped tons. You know, we went up to North Tartan to play against fantastic competition, and they've certainly delivered. You know, I've improved tons since we started, and it's only been a few weeks. So the main goal was just to go up there and get better and to play good competition, just learn as much as I possibly could.
Well, I want to talk about the offer in a second, but let's go back to this past season. I mentioned you made state. I know you guys were frustrated. You didn't win that first game, but you finished 5th. Tell me about this year, how this all materialized and making it, and what you took out of this past season.
Well, our goal from the start of the season obviously was to make it to state, but it was also to come together as a team. You know, our kind of motto was one vision. So this whole season, we just kind of built our friendship, we built our team, and then obviously it helped on the court. You know, I trusted those girls. I trusted them with a shot. I think they trusted me, and it was just a very good environment. And you know, we really shot for that, making it to state. And it was our second year as a program, so it was really cool to do that.
I remember, Jordan, seeing the video that Saturday night in West Fargo when you guys made it. You beat Red River. What was that night like? Take me back to that night.
Honestly, I think from the beginning of the game, we were just like, we can do this. Like, we can win this. So let's go out and let's just leave it on the floor and let's win it. And then when we did end up winning, I mean, it was just joy. We were all so excited and so happy. And I mean, I would relive that moment over and over again if I could.
I was going to say, what was the locker room after the game like?
Oh, it was amazing. Just like, I mean, there was water flying everywhere. There was just hugs and smiles. And it was an amazing environment to be in.
And the crazy part, I mean, you had no seniors for the most part. I mean, just... had you realized what you did yet? Or was it until you got to Bismarck and you made state like, okay, we did this?
I mean, I think we realized what we did. I mean, we were a young team, no seniors, obviously. And I mean, we have, you know, Lakin Donnelly, an 8th grader playing up, and she's starting, and she's a big part of our team. So, I mean, we knew we were a young team, and I think it really hit when we got to Bismarck and we were like, wow, like we did this, we made it. So. Yeah.
All right, so now the question going forward, you're not sneaking up on anybody anymore. You may have had that last year. I don't know if people even thought about that because you guys were pretty talented. How do you take that now this coming year? You're not sneaking up on anyone, especially with the kind of talent you have this upcoming year.
Yeah, I think last year we were, the underdogs. But this year I think we've earned the respect of some teams. And I think, teams will, look to play us and we're gonna be the ones they want to try and beat. And that's exciting. I mean, like, I think we're all ready for that. I think we're excited for that season. And I think we're gonna come in with a different mindset this season, instead of being the underdogs, like we're gonna come in and be like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Like, yeah.
So I'm interested. I knew when Cheyenne opened, immediately I knew there was a rivalry with West Fargo. Is it with you guys in Cheyenne? Who's the rival with you guys in your mind right now?
Honestly, our biggest one is probably Cheyenne.
Yeah,
There's certainly a rivalry with them.
it makes sense. We were visiting off air. Basketball is not the end of your athletic exploits. You just made state and track. Describe that experience. And I'm always curious, how much does track help you with basketball and vice versa? What does basketball help you with track?
Well, I think just getting the experience of playing another sport, like I can change my mindset. I can grow my mindset. It also helps me strength wise. We lift, we run. It keeps me in shape. And it's just really good. It's fun to get different coaching and be able to participate in different activities rather than just basketball. So, I mean, honestly, I think the main takeaway I get from it is it like changes my mindset and it makes me mentally tougher and mentally stronger.
And you do two throwing events. What do you prefer though? What, like, you did javelin and you did the discus, right?
Yeah, I also did triple jump and shot put, but
Holy
I
cow.
stayed qualified in javelin and disc.
Okay, which ones you prefer? Do you have a favorite among the four?
I would probably say javelin. I mean, it's a long spear and get
That's what I'm talking about. That's that. But the question is, like,
yeah.
okay, but you can't like go in the backyard like basketball and practice. So how do you practice javelin and when you're not at school?
I mean, it's technique and footwork. I
Yeah.
mean, I can just in any room, I can just work on the footwork. Of course, not having the actual javelin in my hand
Yeah,
is tough,
yeah,
but yeah.
you get arrested if you're going around throwing long spears somewhere if you're not at school.
Yeah.
You just can't do that. So let's talk about the offers you got. UND first, and then NDSU over the last couple days. Let's take it back for people that don't know. Your mom was a great basketball player at UND. Was during the middle of the season when you got that offer? Tell us about that experience and what went through your mind when Mallory offered you.
Honestly, I was driving the car home with my mom. She was driving and I was sitting right next to her and they called me and it was right after we had won a game in Grand Forks, and they had come watch and they decided to offer me and I just remember looking at my mom, just kind of giving her a thumbs up and a smile, and then afterwards she just was so proud and she thought it was so cool. She was super excited for me. So it was a good experience to be with her. That
Then
happened.
we were just visiting off air. Tell us about when Jory Collins called. How the Bison offer went down.
I was actually in my basement and I had my mom and dad sitting next to me. And he called and honestly, I wasn't really expecting it, but when he called, I mean, I looked at them and I probably had the biggest smile on my face. And I think they both just kind of looked at me and gave me a thumbs up again. And afterwards, they told me they were proud of me. And yeah, it was that was an amazing experience just to have both of them with me also.
Is it not necessarily well, I'll ask you, is it overwhelming? Is it exciting? What's the emotion? I mean, there's no hurry to decide, but I know for a
Yeah.
lot of people on the outside, holy cow, eighth grader, like you mentioned, Lincoln already's been offered. You're a freshman, going to be a sophomore. Is it a lot to handle right now?
Um, Honestly, the emotion I feel the most is just excitement.
Yeah.
Like I feel honored to have them have offered me, but it makes me excited. Yeah.
So tell us what's ahead. AAU is right. We're in the heart of it now. What's the summer look like for you?
Lots of basketball, a lot of basketball. Yeah. Practices and tournaments every weekend. Yeah, just hoping to grow my skills and get better over the summer. So yeah, a lot of basketball.
Where are you traveling? Where are you going to be playing at?
Well, our practices are in the cities, but I think we have a tournament in Louisiana and Kentucky coming up.
All
Those are
right.
our two big ones that are
That's
coming up.
that's a nice summer vacation locales to go to,
Yeah,
right?
certainly is. Yeah.
Vacation in quotation marks. Before I let you go, I got to say, so now you have with Jaden, obviously he's got some big time offers and going to decide soon. You're offered. Lakin, you have 3 Division One offered players on your team. Can you just tell me about that? About the just holy cow! That no, there's no other school like in North Dakota that has that, as far as I know.
It's incredible. I mean, we have a ton of young talent on our team and a ton of like older talent. You know, like Lakin and I, our probably biggest role model right now is Jaden
Yeah,
because I mean, she's a natural born leader. She shows us the way, she helps us, she gives us fantastic advice. So I think we both like confide in her a lot. And it's also incredible because um we have such young talent, but we also have a family environment on our team. And like that's thanks to my coach Hintz. He really tries to create that team environment, and I put all my trust in these girls, and I think they do the same. So it's incredible. It's a fantastic team and a fantastic environment.
2 last questions for you. The obvious one: do you have a time in mind, or is it whenever the right time is? That's where I'm going to make my decision.
Probably just whenever the right time is, whatever feels right. I'll probably go with my gut. Yeah.
Last question is: who do you love to watch? Who's the player, man or woman, you sit down and say, "This is I'm not doing anything. I'm going to watch said person play."
Um, I feel like I gotta say Caitlin Clark,
Yeah,
obviously, but I'm also a big Paige Beckers fan. I think
she's all right.
she's incredible also.
She's pretty good. We've heard you're pretty good as well. I appreciate the time. Congratulations on the offers, and I know there's probably more coming. So have a great summer. Stay healthy, and we'll do this again soon, okay?
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Jordan Christofferson joining us. Horace, sophomore to be, who now has UND and NDSU offered her. And as I mentioned, so Jaden Hale, who's probably now with at least on the eastern side of the state, because Lily Bell's still there out west, probably on the eastern side of the state, the best player, Bismarck East, who's got she's got at least 15 offers. Lakin Donnelly's been offered, and now Christofferson. So Horace has 3 players with Division One offer. Minot has 2, as far as I know, with Fricky and Bell. I don't know of anybody else that has that. That's awfully darn good. Horace is going to be fun to watch. And by the way, we mentioned with Christofferson, Shanley. We're going to have Beth Bew on the show, the Shanley girls basketball coach. Regan Sievert got offered. She just completed her 8th grade year. The Bison offered her on Thursday as well. She got another offer, I think, from Eastern Illinois. She just finished 8th grade. And there's probably more coming. So I've been yelling about this, and I have been yelling for 3 years about the level of girls basketball talent in the state. It's here, folks. And it's the high majors are likely coming. If the Bison or UND get any of these players, it'd be awfully impressive because I think, like you see with Bell, she's got every high major you could want offer her. They're coming. It's going to be really so. At least you got in the mix early. If that helps, maybe, but you at least can say, "Hey, we offered," and then Wisconsin or Minnesota or Iowa State came along. What are you going to do? At least we tried. That's to some. It's better than not offering altogether. We'll take our last break. We'll come back. We'll answer our poll question and get you ready for a busy Sports Tuesday. We'll wrap Hot Mike right after this.